Today we are filming a different kind of video. It's sort of a combination of different things that we do here separately on the channel. So like Dolly Diaries, which is our vlog series, Dolly Transformations, which is our doll makeover series. It's kind of going to be a conglomeration of the two because we have kind of an explosion of dolls right now to deal with. It's actually looked a lot worse in this room, but we have a lot of different projects going on. We have our Flickr retake project, which there are some dolls that are up here from the last containers we worked on that need like a couple little things done. There's that. Then we have the dolls we bought this Sunday at the flea market. It was a pretty good Sunday. We got a little tub of dolls and a couple of separates, which we've been so busy this week, I actually haven't had time to clean them. I've like inventoried them and researched them, but I haven't cleaned them.
Plus, when we got those, we've been dealing with the aftermath of the Babysitters Club book disaster that happened in my room.
Yeah, there was, we explain it like in another clip that I'll include here, but there was like some sort of bugs that were eating some of her book covers, which is all taken care of, but then the porcelain dolls that live in her closet had to come out here, and then they had, while they were out, we photographed them for the Flickr project. That's all contained now, but you'll see a clip of that. We'll include it here.
But that was what happened before all this stuff
Right,
came.
and we wanted to take care of that stuff, you know, before doing anything else. And then I had a couple of old dolls that I ordered from Mercari from the 70s. You'll see them in a minute. I had originally planned on filming a transformation of them because I knew they would be in kind of rough shape and they're grubby. But then what ended up happening is we were given 2 huge boxes of dolls, which is an amazing problem to have. But they're like, generally speaking, like Cabbage Patch sized. So they're all pretty big and they're very stinky. Like it stinks in here from them. I don't think it's from the American girls. So of course,
cabbages hold on a lot of odor.
and they're from the 80s, so the old ones. So I was like, well, that would be a transformation video, but then I wanted to film the 70s dolls, and then there were like the dolls we got from the flea market, which we had thought like about using for some kind of video maybe. And then I got it all at the thrift store yesterday because we were out that way.
And then like we didn't even know how to go about tackling it if we wanted to film like a million separate videos.
Yeah.
Because the LOLs were here first, but they're like in one little container and they're not taking up that much room. Most of them are plastic with no hair.
So I wasn't going to film a transformation video on them because they don't look any different once you clean them really, like at least not on film. And then we also got a couple outfits from American Girl that I got on sale, and I had like a rewards thing. So I have those that need to be photographed. They need earrings. So I will take you on a tour around this room, but this is like the reality of being a collector, and I thought maybe this could help people, like inspire you, motivate you to, like if you have a bunch of projects you need to get done. Like this stuff is all just from the past couple days. Like this isn't, I don't tend to let things pile up. Of course I'll have like long-term projects. Like we can't retake all of our Flickr photos like right away. It's very time consuming.
We've been working on it since my February break.
We have thousands of dolls, like thousands, so they need to be undressed, they need to be brought up, they need to be prepped for the photos. Then afterwards there are some that might need to have their hair washed, and then once I do that I'll re-photograph them. It's like a whole thing, and there's editing that takes place. So I didn't want to be filming 20 different videos because the problem is I'm having them at the sink. And I have all my supplies out. Why would I want to have to keep pulling it out and wait for dolls? I can't enjoy them until they're clean, and quite frankly, a lot of them really smell.
Yeah, and the bigger dolls that are taking up more room in this room and are holding on to more odor are the ones that we got after. So it's like we just needed to figure out what to prioritize, so we decided to just go about it all.
Yeah, I thought about it when I was at work, and I was
Yes,
like,
this was her idea.
you know, I think we should just do like a vlog style. You'll see a bit of cleaning, organizing, just what this room looks like when we're working on stuff. It's a little chaotic, so I try to keep up with my projects, like I said, but like sometimes this like good things, like getting dolls at the flea market and then being given dolls, they happen. So where we're at right now with the dolls that are new, they have all been inventoried, they have all been identified. I have all of my, well, I'll show you when I'm over there, all of like my info written about them. There's a couple like little bits with the LOLs, like some cups that I'll see maybe later if I can identify them, but I'm not, like I got all the clothing and like the important stuff that somebody might need to research. that's all done. And I think beyond that, we really haven't gotten any further than that because I wanted to leave the dolls as like raw as possible. Oh, and we did check on like a couple of dolls that are body donors. So we'll be at some point in this video digging out a doll who might be getting a body. So there's like, you'll see old dolls, you'll see new dolls, you'll see doll stuff. So I will take you on a tour of the room.
So, my Babysitter's Club books being really shrink wrapped looks weird, but there's a reason. And then, Shelly is in here, just looking over where she spackled over that hole up there earlier.
So humid, it's still all like tacky.
But it's okay to put the books back, right?
It's not dripping or anything.
No.
And if I have to touch it up again later, I'll just move the books closest to it.
So the other night, I went in here to go get my Babysitter's Club books because I wanted, like, you know, some comfort reading because we had just posted, like, finished filming the video about Andy.
So wipe that top shelf off again.
And I was sad, so I went to go get The Truth About Stacy, which is one of my favorites, only to find that The Truth About Stacy was being eaten by these, like, what are they called? Silverfish. It's never happened before, but what we think happened is the combination of the humidity, the fact that those books were old and really beat up.
Excuse me, I have to wipe it.
And, sorry, hang on, let me get out of the closet. I should not be a professional filmographer. So the fact that the books were old and beat up and there was that hole up in the ceiling and it was humid out, I think it was just like, because I've had those books up there over 10 years. But
the ceiling doesn't have a hole because there's a problem with the roof. It's the
plaster.
The board up here, which Dad never finished the ceiling in here when he built the house. I think some mice chewed it. It was like that for years.
Yeah, it was like that for years and years. Like before I moved into this room.
Yeah, so
but yeah, horrifying thought. At some point when we weren't playing with dolls, I used to keep Molly up here.
well, we used to play dolls in this closet.
Yeah, in on the floor, not way up there. But yeah, and I'd actually, when I was trying to reorganize, because all my Babysitter's Club books currently can fit from end to end, and I used to keep them here, but I had to like double layer them on this shelf. And that was really inconvenient. And every time I took them out to put in a new book, I had to pull them all out to put them in like numerical order and then put them in like last to first. Because I'm like weird like that. So I would put them in piles like this on the rug. But we decided, even though we fixed the problem and stuff, we just decided since these books are old to bag them.
Those bugs like the adhesive in the binding.
Yeah, they like these covers
They
and
don't like the paper itself, it's the adhesive they don't.
I'm really glad the bug didn't eat my favorite book. My favorite book is in this bag at the bottom. Stacy's Emergency. It was like toward the middle of the shelf instead of the end. But some of my other favorite books, The Truth About Stacy, Christie's Great Idea, Marianne Saves the Day, those are all really early numbers, so they were way at the other end. The bug had good taste. Because the bug wasn't really interested in Claudia and the Phantom Phone Calls, which is funny because that's not really one of my favorite books. I don't really care about that book. So, of course, the bug had to eat the books I cared about because the bug had impeccable taste. So, anyway, I found a lot on eBay that these two books, they were kind of salvageable, but, like, as you see, this cover is now mostly gone on the back. So I found a lot that had the two of them plus The Truth About Stacy, which I already had to like just completely throw away. And what I decided, and it also happened to have, which I didn't realize the book needed to be replaced, my copy of Claudia and Me Janine, which was also one of my favorites, got completely destroyed. Just not from the bugs, but just from being read too much. So it's like all taped together and stuff, and it's on almost as bad shape as the book that I had to throw away because it got eaten. So I'm gonna replace the two that I bagged because I think they're clean, but I just didn't want them near the other books. And then Claudia and Me and Janine and The Truth About Stacy all happen to be in that lot, as did a couple books that I shockingly didn't already have. But I'm really glad the bugs didn't eat Stacy's Emergency because I tracked Dad It was the first book I read from the Babysitter's Club, I think, when I was in like 4th grade, but I didn't have it. And when I was in high school, I dragged Dad to like 5 stores looking for that book. And the other book that really matters to me is The Summer Before, which I dragged Dad to get me as an adult at Barnes & Noble. So those are like the ones I have like really strong like family memories with. So I'm glad the bug didn't eat those, but the ones the bug ate were my childhood books. So I'm not really thrilled about that. So there's that, but then there's also porcelain dolls are usually on the bookshelf, which is why it looks naked in there. We took them down because Shelly realized when she was doing the what do you call it, caulking?
Yeah.
To like just touch up that whole closet. Shelly's like a handyman. She was doing that, but she hadn't thought we should move the dolls ahead of time. Neither of us said, oh, that would be a good idea. So some of the stuff she was caulking with got into Joe's hair. Thankfully, it all came out, but we moved them all out. So we figured while they're out, we're just going to rephotograph them for our guide.
Here we are, making a bunch of porcelain dolls naked. This is the final stage in Colleen's closet cleanup, because the books are back. I even shampooed the carpet in there this morning because I was cleaning up a mess Oliver made downstairs, so I had cleaner for that. And we went through all the shelves, cleaned them all out last night at 9 at night, and Colleen got rid of books. So the dolls have to go back, but they are documented on my Flickr now, which originally when I made my collection video they were not. But 2 years ago maybe, I gave them all baths, which I showed a clip of in Dolly Diaries, which I know is probably upsetting to some people, but as you can see they're absolutely fine. But they had been in the basement at some point freestyling it when my meme first went to the nursing home, and our basement looked like hoarders back then. And I know I cleaned some of them at some point when I first began collecting again, but I don't know how thorough a job I did, so I washed all their clothes. And of course, while we were doing that, we photographed all of their outfits off the dolls. So that's what we're doing. That's the time-consuming part here. I'm done taking pictures of the dolls themselves, and I've packed up my lamp and all that. But now I'm gonna sit over here and undress some dolls and help Colleen. So we walk into the room. This is kind of an overview. Okay, so this box here with the Cabbage Patch dolls, that and that box there, they were gift boxes. And then there's a couple stragglers because we were pulling dolls out to make sure they were inventoried. So you can see the Welly Wisher, the Mini Mary Ellen, the Bitty Baby, and then these two. They were all gifts, as well as this lady belongs in there. She is one of the body donors. These are the dolls we got at the flea market, as well as Kit's scooter. That bag had stuff in it from these boxes. You can see the book we had out. That's my tripod case. This is the doll I got at a thrift store who I need to open. That'll be one of the first orders of business. These are all of my info lists, front and back. There's stuff on the board. Then these are some of the Cabby clothes. These were some American clothes that were gifts. These are my 70s dolls that I got on Mercari. Yeah, they're Star Spangled dolls. They're awesome. They're the same old as the Sunshine Family. I've been looking for them for a while. They're very cool. And we have some more books we had out. This is Colleen's childhood doll. This is Travelin' Sister Skipper. Her neck cracked when we were photographing Skipper dolls, and it's actually surprising because she was purchased boxed, but they just have brittle necks. Then we have the clothes I got from American Girl, the diapers that I got from American Girl. These were things that were out for photo retakes, all the things gel hair elastics that when I'm taking pictures of them. That's Colleen's Harry Potter figure that Swan broke, and the other pieces down there. These are she needs a snap repaired, and then this doll is all discolored. These are old dolls that we already had. So yeah, it's kind of just bedlam in here. And some of the dolls on display look a little disheveled because I've been taking Bratz dolls down, and after photographing them and putting them away to make more room on my displays because Bratz have been out, but that's not something we're going to be dealing with in this video, so it's all kind of chaotic and we just have to kind of pick a place to start. So now I've taken one picture, like one haul photo, and filmed it for a collective haul, and now we're going to take, this is the flea market stuff, we're going to get this sorted, and then we're going to lay out the other stuff for another photo.
What about Samantha first got right here?
We sorted stuff very specifically, so there was plastic accessories and like the LOL clothes in the tub. I was literally reusing the container that I got the flea market lot of tots in, and then Colleen brought up a bunch of containers we had in order to wash the clothes. Because there were a lot of things that were at risk for bleeding, especially like certain Cabbage Patch items and the Star Spangled Dolls things. And it's better to be safe than sorry when doing doll laundry, because you can get out dye that's bled, but it makes your job a lot harder, and you end up having to spend a lot more time and a lot more product when you could save yourself time in the first place.
Filmed a clip of them for the collective haul, and now we're going to start assembling them.
So it was a similar process here of undressing dolls, sorting their clothes, also removing the tags from these Barbies because they were labeled when they arrived, and taking out certain hair elastics and things that would need to come out. It's time consuming, but obviously it has to be done in order to wash the dolls properly. That's why this footage is sped up pretty quickly. We definitely have a system down pat, so it's definitely more efficient than, say, when we started cleaning dolls back in the day. And we've also learned which clothes we need to be careful for that might bleed, so that definitely helps when you've washed enough laundry.
Status update. All the dolls are undressed. Colleen is getting more tubs because we're concerned about the bleeding with some of these old outfits. All of those cabbie shoes are sticky, which is common with 80s calico shoes. But I like to take the laces out so they're in the white bin, and I'll probably bleach them after. And then you can see all the dolls. The little ones are in the bin. The body donors are prepped. And all the plastic stuff. So it's getting close to dinner time, so we're not going to like wash anybody right now, but at least it's all prepped. So some of these cabbies are really filthy. This is the one we've named as a Delilah. I feel like it's not really showing up on camera, but she's like black in spots, and her face is just so disgusting. And then this is Noah. He has like ring marks, a lot of nasty spots. Yeah, they're gross. Tenny aka Emma, also has some really foul looking legs. So I know I said we were going to eat dinner, but I figure instead of showering and then eating dinner, I will start decontaminating the cabbies because they need their faces, the vinyl part, washed first, and then they can go in the wash while we eat dinner, because they're really old and they really smell, and they're gonna need to air dry. Only one of them needs her hair done after. There's only one corn silk doll, so that's one that has like regular rooted hair, not yarn hair. So I'm just gonna bang these out and then bring them down to the wash.
So something I struggle with is definitely knowing when to quit for the night on a project. I hadn't eaten dinner and I thought I'll just clean the Cabbage Patch dolls really quickly and get them in the wash, because the idea of leaving them dirty was really bothering me. So sometimes it's not like just that I'm motivated, it's like it gives me anxiety almost to like leave stuff, which helps me get projects done faster, but also can be massively inconvenient because by the time we were done doing this, I was like starving and it was late and it made for a late dinner, but at least they were clean.
As Shelly's washing the Cabbage Patch doll spaces, she's putting them in the laundry basket to bring them down to our basement to put in the machine. She's working on Noah now. And this is the plastic accessories just chilling. We have some, but not all of the doll laundry. So I have like multiple other tubs of it in the other room. I did the fullest one that has most of the like fashion doll size clothes, which is the like low risk, just miscellaneous clothes that I don't think are a risk for bleeding. The whites I did the jogger, which Shelly read online, that's a high risk for bleedings. And then the red shirt from the Charlie's Angels dolls and sports outfit that was on Noah. And then that Sam Adams outfit in the old mushroom tub. And the rest of the laundry, so Brigitte is, doesn't need her face washed or anything first, that's why she's still in here. And then these are bigger dolls too, but they need to be like, Shelly usually takes out their stuffing and washes it separate. But I found the Cabbage Patches, there's more of them than B, they're holding on to a lot more odor. The yellow Cabbage Patch and Bitty Baby items in here because they're higher risk and all in the same color family. These we're actually going to put in with laundry. Those are shoes because they need to get soaked in OxyClean eventually. Some red and white items that I think are at a moderate risk for bleeding. But I thought if I got the bigger tubs out of the way for the most part, this will be easier to do later.
Normally I put them in pillowcases, but there's just too many. And this is a different washing machine, and it doesn't come unbalanced. It's much better than the other one, but I'm kind of, this is refurbished by the way. So the guy
we got it from some guy that our uncle knows that like sells them cheap.
Yeah, so if we, like our last one was refurbished, but it kept coming unbalanced all the time, constantly, no matter how careful I was. So, this one, he took the other one, he's going to fix it up and resell it, and then this one was somebody's old one. So what I'm trying to do is like place them so it stays like as balanced. Maybe I should like not do head to head, I'll do like.
So the cabbies ended up being in their own load because there were so many. I made sure to put OxyClean in there because some of them were very stained. I put them in a hot water cycle too because that helps get the smell out. I know a lot of people don't like using hot water, but sometimes you have to. Like when I come home from work on the farm and I've been dealing with the sheep, you have to use hot water, otherwise lanolin does not come out of your clothes. I also use laundry sanitizer because they were pretty sketchy, and I'm happy to report that this washing machine, which I named the Enterprise because it sounds like a spaceship, it did not come unbalanced. This thing is amazing. It's a real warrior, and I was very happy about that.
So this is after the first day. The whole drying rack was like full last night when I went to bed. But now, all of that is dry. Most of the clothes were in the 2 boxes we got as surprise gifts. That's where most of the clothing came from that was hanging. These are like the hanger caddies we always use, and then because there were so many bigger scale clothes, Shelly also grabbed a bunch of like American Girl size hangers. And then Brigitte couldn't fit in the wash for the other cabbies. So she needs to get washed along with that real baby outfit and big Cabbage Patch carrier, which should be okay in the regular wash. These are the clothes I didn't get to washing yesterday, and the shoes. And then the dolls themselves, like all the fashion dolls, the American Girl people, and Shannon the Gott's doll. And all the plastic accessories, which for the most part are from that lot of LOLs we got from the flea market. And then the Cabbage Patch dolls themselves are out on the deck, which is where they wound up last night. Because Shelly had said to me after I hung all the clothes, now where are we going to put the cabbies to dry? So we put them out on the deck and we like checked the weather and everything. And now the guinea pig and chinchilla laundry is out as well. There's Shelly. Observing Shelly in her natural habitat. She's using that laundry basket as a transport bin, so I'm gonna go help Shelly.
Status update. Colleen brought up dolls that we're gonna need from downstairs. So like the duplicated Charlie's Angel doll, that's my old one. And then Beauty Secrets Barbie's twins. And Beauty Secrets Barbie was wearing an outfit that we wanted to give to this formerly called Malibu doll named Ashley. because she's Taiwan and Newport Barbies seem to be Taiwan. And then that means I have to remove her from my Malibu photo. That's why that set of Malibus is up. And then I got a Superstar Barbie dress some time ago in a lot of 70s clothes, and I keep forgetting to bring my dolls up. So I'm going to give it to probably this doll with the splotchy looking dress and then rephotograph all of them. One Cabbage Patch doll who needs an extra step is my corn silk lady named Winnie. I always throw them in the wash first, and then I will shampoo and condition and boil wash the ones with like the rooted Kanekalon or nylon hair, whatever hair type they have. There's a bunch of Cabby yarn cut-offs here on the tile, and you can see my scissors and elastics because I was fixing them up. And presently I have all of the Cabbies with yarn hair made by Coleco sitting on the couch. So what I like to do, I didn't film myself doing this because it's very tedious, is I'll you can see there's like a little fluff right here. I'll just take some fabric scissors and trim all of that off to make them look neater. And if you saw how wild they looked after they came out of the wash, they really needed it, and it just makes them look a little bit neater. And then some of them had hairstyles that needed to be put back in because they came out in the wash, and also the factory elastics dry rotted really bad, so I had to peel some crumbs off of there. And then two of them needed to have their heads put back on because their heads got full of water in the wash, and then they had like these plate things that were preventing the water from draining. So it was the Kusa Tabby and then Delilah, I think it was, yeah, her. You can see the zip tie head. So they're just gonna hang out in here. I'm not sure when we're gonna dress them just yet, but we're probably gonna break for lunch, and then I'm gonna have to go to work. But when we get back to it, we'll probably start cleaning the rest of the people.
And in this clip, Colleen was finishing the last few loads of laundry, and I was getting to scrubbing the fashion dolls in the same way I always do. This isn't a transformation video, it's just kind of clips of us going through different projects. But if you've seen my transformation videos, then you know how I clean dolls. Baking soda, dish soap, an old toothbrush. It's always the same. But I started with the tots because they were easy to bang out, and two of them had rooted hair that needed an extra step. So that was convenient, and I didn't film myself going through all of them because I needed to get the camera out of the way because I had it kind of like sitting in the sink. But it was just priority to get as many of them clean as possible. So we ended up washing them in 3 different like groups. So there was the cloth Cabbage Patch dolls, then there was the fashion dolls that you see here, and then the next day is when I ended up doing like the American Girls and the Gots doll, who required being taken apart, having things thrown in the washing machine, etc. because it was just too much and too many different types of dolls to do in one sitting like I normally would. As I mentioned before, sometimes I bite off more than I can chew because I am trying to get things done, because it really bothers me when things are not done and projects build up. And once again, we ended up getting on this project really late because, you know, our schedules and all that. So it was around dinner time. We were both starving. We were both tired from cleaning all of these dolls. And this is where I made some mistakes while boil washing. I wasn't thinking. I put the kettle water in, and the what is she? The Curl Barbie, Endless Curls Barbie. She has special magic hair. She shouldn't have gone in. I mean, luckily I was able to sort it out and just like Salon Surprise Teresa, their hair kind of balled up a little bit from the heat. But poor Farrah Fawcett, her hair actually shrank. I've never seen anything like that before, but I guess it's a common problem with them, and I was really devastated.
We're at the end of day 2. We have more clothes hanging to dry. This is the last of them. And there's still all the containers and hangers out. And then these are all of the little dolls. And then I also did the Willa doll, who I renamed Wella because, as you can see, she's one of 3. Because she's just like hard plastic and her hair needed to be boil washed, so that's why I did her with them. And then we have the Kevy that has the rooted hair, And the reason why I didn't wash her hair before it went in the washing machine is because it was just going to get messed up from the washing machine. So I like to wash it, condition it, and then, like, you know, boil wash it after that, like once her body's all clean. So yeah, she gets a little wet again, but that's okay. So that's all of them. And there's some that need a little bit more work, like I'm gonna have to fix his pin curls, and then let's not even talk about Meg O'Farrell Fawcett. Gosh, this was horrible. I've never had this happen before. Her hair shrank in the boil wash, and I had no idea that would happen. And you can see it kind of looks like when you run something in the dryer that has like faux fur, but like I was able to smooth out parts of it in slightly less hot water, but the problem is I think it shrank on the inside of her head and it's way shorter than it needs to be. So I am going to reroot her because I don't really have another option. She's otherwise a really nice doll. So you live, you learn. That's going to be its own video though. But other than that, I'm hoping everybody's hair boil washed okay. There are a few flat irons, like this Chelsea doll, my Descendants doll. There will be a few that need flat irons too. But all the ones with crimps should be good. I'm probably not going to have to redo their crimps at this point. So that's what's going on here. And then these are the only dolls that are left. We have the American Girls and the Gots and this Cabby. So we're just going to do them tomorrow. And then those are like the things that are going in the wash still. Those need to be soaked, but everything else is clean. And then there's some small chaos still on the desk. These are like the accessories calling packed up that dried, and then there's still the American Girl clothes, the skipper that needs repair, and a few other bits and bobs. And then in the kitchen where the pieces were drying, we have the LOL dolls. Normally I would put them on the bed, but because we had so many other dolls, Colleen just moved them here. And we also have like the body parts to my Star Spangled guy. He's not broken, these just pop off pretty easily, so that's why they're over here. And then some pieces from the Hart family lot that I got today from eBay. It was just like a few clothing bits and bobs that I had ordered well before I got any of the other stuff. We have the body donors. Alright, we're starting day 3 of cleaning now. These are the dolls that are all dry, that don't need any further like repair or hairstyling, like hair treatments. They just need their hair styled and clothes to be clothes. These are the dolls that need some extra things, but they're dry. Those are all of the clothes that are now washed. And then on the bed there's a few that needed a little bit more time to dry because by the time they were sitting on the bed last night, Colleen ended up going to bed not long after. So you can see there's just a couple of people, and I'm about to start on the American Girls and the Gods doll. So you can see how dirty Gemma is, and she's got some nail polish going on. But the Mari isn't so bad. Emma is pretty gross on the legs. And then I'm going to start with Shannon. And then I'm going to have to take apart their cloth bodies. That's why I was waiting to do the softie, because I'm going to wash their stuffing with her.
So I only filmed a little footage of me cleaning the Spitty Twins doll because it's pretty much the same process. I usually clean the plastic limbs first, and then the hair, and then I take them apart, put their stuffing in a pillowcase, and get that in the wash. I was really surprised though. The nail polish came off like in clumps with the magic eraser. Usually that doesn't happen. It must have been like put on so thickly that it peeled right off, because I've had a lot of bad luck with American Girls and makeup. Specifically when children give the dolls lipstick. Just ask my beloved Kanani, who had some kind of pink marker on her lips. And don't worry about the water that potentially went into Gemma's eye. I always use a blow dryer on the cold setting after. But when they're really dirty like this, like, you've got to rinse them properly, and it's kind of unavoidable. So it happens. It was fine. And it doesn't matter if their bodies get wet because it's just stuffing. So I was taking her apart anyways. Her stuffing was going to get wet. And I didn't boil wash her. I didn't want the little flicks in her hair to get straightened out, so I just ran her under the really hot tap. And that's a good technique for it. So I'm using that same hack of running Namari under the hot tap like I did with Gemma. This keeps the like curl or wave in the hair, but helps smooth out some of the frizz. I did have to go back at a later time and very carefully dunk portions of her hair in hot water. And here I am disassembling the American Girls. I usually use a small flathead screwdriver for the ones that have neck strings, especially because once they get wet, they can be kind of difficult to like unknot. And then they each had a pillowcase. I usually use pretty distinctive pillowcases, so I know whose stuffing is whose, but I always write it down too. So like Damari got the Monster High pillow, and Emma got the Harry Potter one, and then Shannon got the lacy one, and Gemma got the floral one. See, I remember, and it's been a while since I filmed this as I'm recording this voiceover. And the little pillowcases don't weigh much, so it's totally fine to throw a few in the wash. Of course, I put other things in the wash too. And you can see that with Emma, I had to cut her zip tie, which is a little bit like more of a process because you have to cut the seam, and then you have to like cut the zip tie. And you can see while I was waiting for that, the boil wash got hot, and Shannon had rooted hair, and this Barbie over here was a gymnast doll that I got a body for, so that's why she already her hair looked good, because I had this doll for like 8 years, and I finally got her a body, so I had to heat up her head to do the swap. Okay, oh, I've got to get a pillowcase for you. And here we are with the final load of doll laundry. I was very careful when packing in the laundry machine. Oh, and please excuse my pillow. I know it looks gross. That staining on it is from my hair dye. The hair dye I use, the Good Dye Young brand, it bleeds like crazy. I've never had that problem with like manic panic, but it bleeds, so at night when I sleep on my pillow, it goes through my pillowcase, even though I don't have wet hair, and it rubs under my pillow. And no OxyClean in the world is getting that staining out, so I put that in though because Brigitte was so big. I was afraid that like there needed to be something that was like solid and in like one piece that was kind of similar in weight to her, so that's why I put the pillow in, because I really did not want to mess up this washing machine. But it was my old machine's like some defect with it, because I swear like you would sneeze and it would come unbalanced, so I'm so grateful for this one. I soaked these torsos while I was boil washing and getting the stuffing prepared to go in the wash. They are now hanging to dry. I just put them in with a little laundry detergent. None of them were like stained, so I didn't need any OxyClean in there. It is important to shake out the limbs because sometimes the water goes inside despite your best efforts, and none of them needed to be restrung. These two, the Bitty Baby and the Gots doll, are like glued into their limbs, so they're not the kind that need to be restrung, but Emma and Amari are fine. And then I have the heads over here drying, and the Softy, Cabbage Patch doll, and the stuffings in the wash. Okay, so while the American Girls are still drying, a lot of things need to be photographed, so I'm gonna start doing that. You can see I have some poster boards for clothes, and I'm gonna put them in the container. We got the LOL dolls at the flea market in that's been cleaned, so that's what we're doing, and those are all the clothes I have to sort through. Status update for day 3. We might do a little bit more work, but it's already dinner time, so we're gonna eat and then probably take showers, and we'll see where we're at. All of the tots are dressed, but they need to be photographed. These are some hair ribbons I have to like melt the frayed edges of before I put them back in the Cappy's hair. Colleen has to figure out which outfit Noah was wearing. I have to import some footage because we forget which of these sporty outfits. Those are clothes that need to be washed again. Kit Scooter needs to be wiped down. These are clothes that are photographed, American Girl clothes, our generation, that we are going to model on the dolls, so they're just hanging out in here, as well as like my diapers that I bought from American Girl recently that are going on Gemma and Asia. That container is pretty much the same. Those are the ones Colleen brought up from downstairs, although Ashley, formerly known as Malibu Barbie, is now wearing Newport Barbie's outfit. These are some things I need to identify. All of the other little bits got photographed and put away. Oh, and that's Audrey's outfit because she needs a flat iron. The only thing drying are the shoelaces because I put them in some bleach, I usually do. But the shoes themselves are still soaking in OxyClean. Colleen dressed a bunch of these dolls. Those still haven't been touched, those need extras. I restuffed all of the American Girls in the Gots doll, and I
tentatively put their hair in styles. I have like some more fussing to do. And the cabbages are all dressed except Noah. And like all of their hair was styled before, so.
And my next order of business was styling the hair. So this is the gymnast Barbie that got the new body. I also had to remove the nail polish on her body donor. She was given a happen and hair body that was a perfect match to her other than the nail polish. And I'm also styling all the other dolls that I could at this point, because there were a few who needed some things like flat iron still. But I'm pretty picky about this process, and admittedly some of these dolls needed touch-ups later, like Moving Groove and Barbie. I did her bangs again. The My First Barbie you're about to see, I did her bangs again. And I didn't show it, but Emma and Amari, their hair was still kind of dry, not really frizzy, but kind of dry, so I spent probably a good 40 minutes at some point fussing with their hair, conditioning it, and then like really carefully dunking the kind of slightly frizzy sections in some hot water, enough to get rid of the frizz, but not enough to totally straighten it out. And you can also see they're getting like little trims and all of that to make them look clean.
Alright, so it's the next day, and we did some things, but because it was Sunday and we went to the flea market, which we didn't get anything, probably wasn't smart to shop when we had chaos already at home, but because of that, and then we got home and it was lunchtime, we didn't spend as much time today working on it. However, all of these dolls have been photographed. A lot of them are the new dolls. They've had their hair done and all of that. They're photographed, they're ready to go downstairs. And of course there's some old dolls too that are like duplicates, or they got clothes, etc. Like my Superstar Barbie, who got a dress upgrade, got it. But all of her Superstar twins had to come up with her because it would make the photo look a lot nicer. There's still some people who need some things. So I need to fix Princess Palace's dress. I need to redo All-Star Barbie's crimps. I need to make Moving Groove and Barbie earrings and her twin calling for gotta grab downstairs. I have to fix Star Spangled Miss's outfit. And that's my old Charlie's Angel doll waiting for me to flat iron new Charlie's Angel's hair. Those are the same dolls that were in there before. They just need like their hair sorted out.
I forgot Midge, and who's the other doll I brought downstairs?
Dream Wedding? No, she's right there.
Jello.
Jello Fun.
I left them downstairs by accident because I was gonna dress them and then I got sidetracked.
And Colleen's sorting out my bitty baby diapers. So I bought those 2 diapers on sale from American Girl. I think it was like after the sale and my rewards, they counted it as like $2.50. Anyways, so the diaper Keisha was wearing went to a sleeper I bought years ago, the Cuddly Star Sleeper, which is actually what we're calling Asia's meat outfit. So I decided it only made sense to give Asia that diaper. I know, we have to be like correct with our underwear. And
so Keisha's wearing a new one.
Yeah, and that's actually the Cuddly Star Sleeper. And then I need to do Slice's hair. She's the only tot that I have yet to finish.
I was also dressing her, but then I got sidetracked. I was taking pictures of Rocker Barbie clothes.
I was trying to identify those bloomers. And then the desk is pretty much the same. I put my tots over here, and then you can see Namari is wearing her meat outfit, and Jess is wearing the matching one in the other room. Yes, I have 2 Jess meat outfits because I hoarded some. Was it
2022?
2022.
You got Kanani.
Yes, from someone who was selling American Girl clothes for like $1 a piece, and I was like, why not just hoard Jess clothes? For Wella and Emma, so Tenny and Willa duplicates, we're gonna maybe get them their correct meat outfits. So it's not really a priority right now because I might find something between now and time to photograph them online. But I don't want to spend a lot of money on their clothes, so I'm kind of looking for lots that include them too, so that they can be photographed in the right clothes. It's really anal, I know. And then the Goth doll, we have to figure out what she can wear because she's kind of a weird size. That's Shannon. And I also need to pierce Namari and Emma's ears at some point. Keisha and Asia are going back away. And this was my like photo setup, and those clothes were the ones that needed to be washed again, and some need additional repair. And then in my room you can see Jess is over there, and the cabbies we haven't done anything with yet because they're not as much of a priority. because I have to figure out how I'm going to photograph them now with the new Flickr backdrop, because I might change it a little bit because of how awkwardly they stand, but we'll see. And I have a different situation for this coming in the mail. So the plan is that when this bed arrives that I ordered, I'm going to use my childhood bunk bed here for my cabbies and Babyland downstairs, because the problem is, it's hard to see, it's really dark, but I kind of had to put 3 18-inch dolls down here, but they can't sit like this because it's too short for them to sit up. So Lindsay's kind of like hanging out the back, and I can't even see Claire and Raven unless I like stick my head under. So I found a better bed situation on eBay that I'll be able to see whoever I put there, and hopefully I can fit 4 dolls like I did over here, and that'll clear up like 2 on the floor, because now I'll have Namari and Emma in here. And I don't mind, like, at this point I have to accept that a few are gonna stand around, but like, yeah, so baby Otis is probably gonna have to give up his throne, and that'll go downstairs too, but he'll stay up here, and I'll just like,
It's like an American Girl Safari in here.
kick someone out over here, because like Otis, Ralphie, and baby Martin are non-negotiable, they stay up here, but the rest of them, if I need to move some people around, we'll see. So yeah, this is not the area of chaos, but there will be dolls moving in here, and I needed to prepare for that. Oh, and Mini Mary Ellen is already with Nenea, because I don't have Mary Ellen, so Nenea got her. And we're making progress slowly but surely. And yes, you do kind of have to make a bigger mess in order to clean up the existing mess.
Oh yeah, like I brought up all that stuff from downstairs the other day.
Yeah, because we had to bring up duplicates to photograph, and it was like, bring it up now or bring it up later. Either way, it's gonna happen.
So here I am flat ironing my Descendants Audrey. I also did like the Charlie's Angels doll, the Chelsea doll, everybody who needed to be flat ironed. I originally didn't think I was going to have time this day because my sister was on her summer school schedule, and because she doesn't drive, I'm the one that has to like drop her off and pick her up, and then I have to go to work. So for me, it worked out that she got a ride home from a friend, because even though I had been doing a lot of stuff around the house before, then I didn't have to go pick her up at work, so I was able to flat iron these dolls and kind of just get them done, get them out of the way so they could be photographed and put away, because that was kind of the priority, was tame the chaos, get as many dolls where they needed to be. And honestly, like, flat ironing is just one of those things that's really relaxing, and I like to do it by myself. I'll just like listen to something and kind of get in the zone and flat iron, and then usually followed up by a trim, which I did. I didn't show myself trimming the hair, but I did, because I feel like just a small trim keeps the ends from getting too bulky and prevents any future frizz. And yes, this Descendants doll I got boxed, but her hair quality was not great. And of course I had to pierce Namari and Emma's ears, because I absolutely love making my dolls' earrings, and I can pierce them myself with the, what is it, 5/64 drill bit. It's the same exact size as American Girl earring studs, so these are real American Girl ear posts I'm putting in, and I can just make my own like dangles to hang off. And it can be a little nerve-wracking, and you can hear, like, when I was filming the sound of the drill, I start off slow, because if you go too fast, the drill will bounce around on the plastic and can leave little marks on them, so it's really important to go slow. So as you can see, I try to do things in the most logical way possible. I waited till I had everybody to flat iron, and now in this case I waited until I had all of the stuff that needed to be mended, because I didn't have to bring my supplies out more than once. So here I'm melting all the frayed ends of the ribbon, and then there were some satin items like Princess Palace Barbie's outfit that needed to be melted before I could sew it, because if I tried to sew it before melting, it would just fray more. And I did try melting the fabric on the Star Spangled Doll's dress, because it looked like that kind that you would need to melt, but it actually didn't need it. It kind of just smelled funny, so I ended up sewing up all the holes afterwards.
I am a terrible doll mother. So almost a week ago, I forget exactly whether it was Sunday or Saturday, I brought Barbie and Midge downstairs with me in that container over there to kind of like have them in front of me while I look through different clothing drawers. I got sidetracked because I wanted to put our new rocker Barbie in a rocker's fashion. And I noticed while I was doing that we had some shoes that looked like they went to some of the rocker fashions. And I was just trying to be thorough for our guide. And I remembered Barbie and Midge were downstairs, and I'm like, oh, I'll go back to it tomorrow. But then, I got busy. I went back to work. And, I'm only working half days during the summer, but the work weeks go by fast because it's only 4 days. So it's Friday. And I finally picked their clothes, and they're both back upstairs. Barbie's going to wear this adorable Fashion Avenue heart dress. And Midge is going to wear this adorable Splash swimwear, which is also Fashion Avenue bathing suit. These are some of the other possibles for Barbie.
So it's been several days since I filmed. I have done some work on these dolls in that time, but because of the heat and just the crazy schedule, Colin and I didn't have a lot of time to dedicate to them. But we have made some progress. You can see Baldwin is in here because he has that chair, and I was taking some test photos because we're going to be redoing the Cabbage Patch album, and since we have all of these new cabbies, it's a good time to do that. And then I separated out the dolls, so the ones in this tote can go downstairs. Those ones are part of the gifts, and we're setting them aside because we're going to make a thank you card using them. And yeah, it's a little bit chaotic, but I also at some point did my flat irons, and some of them got put away that were flat ironed. I got Amari dressed. Emma has an outfit coming, so we're making progress. But right now, I am actually currently working on editing photos. I've edited what I have so far, except what's on this camera. And I've been replacing them, and there's also video clips, because I don't want to have a billion things to do later. I don't want to risk photos getting deleted. So currently I'm replacing the photos that are replacement ones, whether they contain duplicates or they are just a fresh photo. So Jet Set QT, for instance, there's this second one. So we're gonna find where she is. And then I'm going to replace her. I've already done my LOL album, that's why that background is the new one. And now I'm going to write on her. And, I have all of these things, notes, for when I upload the new photos. So we're making progress. You can see we brought our other two Willa dolls out because of Wella. Ideally I would like to get her own meat outfit. I don't know, it just really bothers me with American Girls when they don't have their meat ensembles, but it's not a priority because Willow here in the middle, we actually bought her that because she was given to us last year and didn't have her clothes. So we got it in a little lot of welly clothes. So I'm hoping to find another lot of welly clothes that has one of these outfits. And then Willa, our first welly, we bought her at the flea market with her whole outfit. So that was nice. Although I think the ears we got later.
Yeah, we got those with Willow's outfit.
So we put her in this Glitter Girls outfit just so it wouldn't be redundant in the album with whatever, if we put her in a Welly Wishers outfit, so she's wearing Glitter Girls outfit, which is very cute. And then Emma's modeling some of Tenny's looks.
It worked out that they were literally the perfect number we hadn't photographed yet.
Yes. Tenny's modeling her meat outfit because I did buy Emma one online because it was really nice and it even had the underwear, and Tenny actually doesn't have her underwear. She's wearing
these. They're from the Ready to Fun outfit.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're waiting on that, so that's why she's modeling those. And then, I just borrowed Billie Jean's meat outfit for Gemma for now because they have a lot of different meat outfits that would have worked for Gemma, but I didn't find any deals, so I'd have her photo ready for Flickr and I could write on it at least. And it might take me a while to find a meat outfit for her, so she just borrowed Billie Jean's. And then Jolene and Julie are wearing the new Julie clothes, which are fantastic quality, by the way. Side note, if you like the new outfits for Julie, I can't speak on the roller skating one because I don't have it, but these two are impeccable quality.
I actually don't even know which one I like more. They're both gorgeous.
I know, and it looks so cute on them. I need to make earrings still, that's why. Like Namari's over there, and there's some Barbies. But we're making progress.
So I'm putting away people from this giant bin of dolls. These are old friends of ours, not new, who either recently got clothes or they're doubles of someone who's upstairs. Like this Hart family dad got his got this really cool outfit to wear. It's like a Hart family fashion pack. I also had to put away this Superstar Barbie dress that doesn't have the best coloring, even though Shelly dyed it close to the original color. And then if I don't remember what year someone's from, because we have these all sorted by character and year, I'll just run upstairs and check rather than put them in the wrong container by mistake.
So I really apologize about the lighting in some of these clips. My camera does really poorly in low light, and this is in the basement, so there's literally just single light bulbs that illuminate most of the rooms except like the back room there where you can see a window that actually has several light bulbs, like an actual light fixture, but the rest are just single light bulbs, so it's really dark. But Colleen put away all of these dolls for me, which is great.
Can't remember because the Sunshine family are a strange size. If we put, oh, they're in here. Because the Liberty Patriots are going to go in here with them. It's Grandpa. A lot of our Hart family photos happen to get taken already for the retakes. I know that there's the AA dad needs to be done because he's a single, but his photos are already done because it's the same one as this, like the clothes are the same. I know the Kiss and Cuddle mom still needs to be done, school mom, but a lot of the hearts, both parent and all the kids, have been done already. And we were actually, before we got really lucky with new dolls, the last couple weeks our plan had actually been to photograph all the dolls in this container. And all the dolls in the celebrities and entertainment dolls container. But then we got busy.
So it definitely makes it easier when there's two of you to do projects. Colleen usually does the quote-unquote gophering, because I'm the one that takes all the photos and does all the editing and filming and all of that. So she usually will go and get me things. She likes doing that. I find it kind of annoying and tedious. But you can see I was putting away things too at this point. I was moving in and out of the rooms, putting some of the stuff away. And this was the day where the room got significantly cleaner, and there was way less stuff cluttering it up. Because, you know, you sort of make a mess before you can pick it up. And you can see that I'm a little bit excessively organized here because everything is labeled and everything is super sorted. But when you have a collection this size, you kind of have to, otherwise you'll never be able to find anything. And we're always like in and out of our doll stuff, taking photos and filming videos and all that. So Colleen was looking for a bag for my Superstar Barbie dress, I believe, in this point, but I didn't have one, which didn't surprise me because they were all wearing dresses.
So since we got so many Cabbage Patch dolls, we're going to be redoing that album for Flickr, which I believe I mentioned before. So you can see Colleen has some of the clothes up here that dolls were wearing or that belong on dolls that are up here because they have kind of like original outfits. You can see Nathan and Dennis Paul, and then she's bringing up my cabbie case that has some accessories and shoes. And then in here, some of my dolls that live in here are starting to be dismantled. And I have a few drying on the bed. I wanted to redo the bangs on Move and Groovin' in my first. And then her hair is like two types. It's Saran and Connect-On. So rather than crimp it again, I decided to boil wash the Saran section again, and I think it should be okay. And then Claudine and Draculaura I got yesterday on sale at Target, just so we need more dolls, right? So they needed their hair boil washed. So they're all drying. It kind of makes sense sometimes to wait until you have a few rather than like pull out all the stuff to wash them. I have my earring making station set up on the dining room table because Colleen's using the computer room for the studio for all of the cabbie photos right now. And I have some of the outfits because All Stars Barbie is on the bed drying. And I just brought in Moving Groovin' Barbie's doppelganger. She has earrings. She's my old one, but then I have like Emma's shirt, and then that's my battery because this is gonna die soon. And then I have Jolene, Julie, and Amari, and Pooh Bear.
So my last order of business was repairing poor traveling sister's Skipper's neck. She had like fallen apart several weeks before when we were doing the Skipper container for photo retakes. Just because she's old, these 87 mold Skippers are very prone to breaking, and she wasn't purchased secondhand. My dad bought us this set for Christmas in 2003 off of eBay, and Colleen did play with this doll, but she was gentle. It's just, you know, the weight of the head on the brittle neck and the age of the plastic. So this is a technique I show in my video of how I repair doll necks. I still use it all these years later. It's just acrylic powder and liquid for nails, and it stinks to the high heavens. It's like absolutely god-awful, the smell of it, but it's so strong, and once you patch it all, like, you really don't have problems, and her neck even felt like a little bit tighter. I was also trying to repair Colleen's Harry Potter, like, action figure. He's really huge. His wand is always breaking. This poor guy, she did not take the best care of him because many years ago she had way too much stuff in her room, and he would always like fall because he's really awkward, so his glasses are broken and his wand broke a few times. So I was gonna try to see if I could use the acrylic 2-part stuff, but it didn't work, so I ended up needing epoxy glue, and I had to use washi tape to hold it together because, again, it's like such an awkward piece. But I needed to get him off my desk. I needed to get the poor guy's wand fixed. We call him Daniel because he looks just like Daniel Radcliffe. But yeah, I can see his broken glasses, poor guy. And they did have to sit for like 24 hours just to make sure everything was fully cured, because I don't like to play around with like the glue and the acrylic powder and liquid, because it's really annoying when you fix something and then you put it back together too soon and it breaks again.
And the room is finally back to where it should be. You can see there are no more dolls cluttering up the desk. Everything has been put away. This desk is clear. I don't need all the papers anymore that I wrote info on. And it's all good. There is like a missing thing over here because Colleen's scrapbooking in the dining room, so the stickers are out. But the backdrops are where they're supposed to be. There are a couple dolls in the basket. Farah needs her hair to be rerouted, so she's my next project. And then I have a few Bratz dolls in here that needed space on display, so like I haven't done anything over here yet. That's why the displays still look a little disheveled, but the space is workable in now. And now we can start photographing my Cabbage Patch collection. I know, it's finally clear, but all of the new dolls have been put away and have homes around the house. I hope that this video could be motivating to any of you who have maybe a lot of doll projects backed up, or your like workspace for doing things with them in is kind of cluttered up. Usually things don't get like that out of control, but obviously if we get like a big lot, or we are doing a very involved project, like when I was photographing some of my Bratz dolls, I had all of their little containers of shoes and accessories and all of that up here, so it looked pretty chaotic. But I always try to clean it up and get this room looking decent. Even if we have an ongoing project, like once a week, it's good to do that and clear things off and like clean the floors. So hope you enjoyed, and until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.